athletes. I don't fucking understand that, you know? I understand it if, you want to switch around. I don't give a shit. But I'm a sports fan. That's a really new concept to me, that you can be a dude, right? Ranked 80th in the fucking world. You have your dick cut off, you put on a sports bra, and now you're the #1 tennis player in the world, just coming out there with your man shoulders.
Video pause. In a world where speaking your mind can get you canceled before you even finish your sentence, Bill Burr is the unapologetic hero we've all been waiting for. The comic who brought us rants on everything from muffins to political correctness. He's like a wrecking ball of comedy, smashing through the hypocrisy with brutal honesty. Get ready to watch Bill take on woke culture with that signature no-holds-barred style. And let's face it, he's having a blast doing it.
I love women, but you know what I'm finding? I'm not compatible with them. I'm serious to them, they don't. They only want the good stuff of being a guy. They look at a guy's life like it's like a buffet. Like you just can start picking out stuff, like same amount an hour, we'll take some of that. He goes, well, why does a guy make more an hour to do the exact same job? I go, I'll tell you why. Because in the unlikely event that we're both on a Titanic and it starts to sink, for some screwed up reason, you get to leave with the kids and I have to stay.
All right, let's kick this off with a dose of Bill Burr's reality. Being offended doesn't mean you get to silence everyone else. It's like sports fans who can't handle a little trash talk. Some thrive on it. Others lose their minds. But here's the thing with Bill. If we start censoring everything that might ruffle someone's feathers, we'll end up with nothing but golf tournaments on TV. And honestly, even then, someone will complain that the announcer is too loud.
It's kind of good, though, that, those creeps got to take a break, because I felt like cancel culture, they were kind of running out of people to cancel, As much as they wanted to make it seem, there really was a finite amount of people that took their dick out at work. Despite the stats, right? Every 1.6 seconds, somebody takes their dick out and shakes it in a woman's face in a cubicle. You're like, free. And it was a way to kind of get rid of some men that maybe were in your way, It's like anything. It always like, the initial thing, you agree with it, and then it kind of gets out of control.
Bill Burr doesn't just ruffle feathers. He plucks the whole damn chicken and throws it on the grill. He's the guy who calls out the absurdity of modern culture with the bluntness of a sledgehammer. While everyone else is busy walking on eggshells, Bill's over here smashing them to make an omelet. Woke culture wants comedians to second-guess every word, but Bill says, screw that. He's here to remind us that comedy is about raw honesty, not playing it safe like you're trying to win a popularity contest.
Bruce became Caitlyn. That was like a national news story, at a ridiculous level.
Right.
There's like baby seals washing up on the beach because there's no fish left, and they're talking to this lady, like, so Bruce, you gonna go? Can your Olympic back handle a D cup, or you gonna go with like something a little more perky?
I love all the USC female fighters. That's why I want my daughter to know all of that stuff.
That'd be cool, huh?
When she meets a creep like you, she could choke you out. My fucking Lou Grant with a bottle of whiskey in the... Remember that on Mary Tyler Moore show? She'd have a rough day and she'd come in and...
I don't remember the whole show.
I can explain it to you.
Yeah.
If I can explain it to you. This fucking guy just... I don't know what that is. All right.
Woke comedy isn't exactly Bill Burr's scene. It's like going to a barbecue and finding out everything's vegan. Burr believes comedy should make you a little uncomfortable, like hearing your uncle rant at Thanksgiving. The problem with woke comedy? It just builds up and stops, too afraid to offend anyone. Bill would rather go full throttle, barreling through the touchy subjects, because at least then, you're getting a real reaction, not a polite chuckle. And that's what makes him one of the best.
Because they're aggressive and they're controlling and they want to run shit. And that's the thing where, like, if you really look at their agenda, when they say the future is feminine, that's not inclusive. And they're all about, oh, make this more inclusive. It's like, no, let us in so we can take it over and then we'll push you down. Is the psychology of the kind of person that goes after that, someone that's after like power. I'm not saying the average woman is like that. My wife is a feminist and she's into like inclusive shit. But like people who are spearheading stuff.
Yes.
Like those people are wired the same way. Like,
a dominator is.
Yes.
Bill Burr dives headfirst into the minefield of gender debates, and he's not tiptoeing around any tripwires. He has this unapologetic way of pointing out how complicated things have become. It's like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube while someone's constantly changing the rules. Bill's not here to coddle feelings. He's here to say what everyone's thinking, but too afraid to voice. Sure, some people will call him crude or insensitive, but that's the beauty of Burr's comedy. He's not aiming to be liked, he's aiming to be real. And sometimes the unfiltered truth is what makes us laugh the hardest.
I'm not saying all lesbians look alike. I would never say some ignorant shit like that. However, I am saying, though, every once in a while, there's a fucking layup. Slack top, wallet chain, fucking walking up the street. Now look, I know you're not supposed to make fun of fat people. I understand, all right? I don't know why, though. Why? They're not a race. They're not a religion. It's totally curable. Eat an apple and go for a walk, you know?
Bill Burr's humor is like a shot of whiskey. Strong, unapologetic, and it might burn a little going down, but that's what makes it memorable. He's the guy who will remind you that life isn't a carefully curated checklist, and not every conversation has to pass through a filter of political correctness. Sometimes a joke is just a joke, and Burr's here to serve it straight. No chaser.